Okay. We are live here. Let's get a little test going. Get a little test going before we officially kick this off. We are live here. Let's get a little test going. Get a little test going before we officially kick this off. I think we are good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We are back here with another Kyra Mobile stream, and I think we got a good show here today. So as people start to come in, we are going to be, we have three good topics, I think, for this video that, in regards to Guardian Tales, we got a lot of stuff to talk about that I think are actually pretty interesting. This new patch is live. We have the freebies to talk about. Let's actually get into exactly what we're going to be talking about here today in this stream. And as people start to come through here, just let's make sure everything's good. Just kicking it off. So the first thing, we have three topics that we're going to be talking about here today. And the first one, so the first one is going to be the event freebies. I want to break all these down like I do in every one of these patches. We're going to be talking about the event freebies here today. There's actually some pretty solid ones. I don't think this is one of the best ones that they've done, but I would say overall just a really solid one to make sure you don't miss out on, so you can help build your account up. Next, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about hero review. I talk all the time about how good a hero is, but before the hero comes out, but I want to actually go back and review it. And was this hero as good as advertised? What did I oversell this hero? Did I undersell this hero? And we're going to see just how good this character is currently in the meta, and whether or not it was good to pull for this character, or if I overhyped the character. So we're going to review that. And then lastly, I want to talk about merch, because merch is something that is a massive investment that takes a very long time for. So I want to put it out there on what I think the best merch is, and really discuss where particular unique merch is used, and what you guys should be shooting for, or at least know exactly what you're getting into, because this is something that could take, especially as a free-to-play, months to actually get a good merch, or at least a unique 3-star merch that you're actually going to finish and fully complete. So this is something that's very important, and I want to really address that, so when you're getting into merch, you're not making a massive mistake. So those are going to be the three topics today. I want to say my chat is being weird. Here, let me restore this. Hey, hello guys. So I was wondering what was going on with the chat, but I had to refresh it. It was like the last stream chat, and you had to like back it out, and then now it's actually here. So here, let me pop this guy out. How you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are having a great morning. Ready to go here. Been really enjoying Guardian Tales recently, so it's I'm pretty excited to get these live streams out. MK2ZX was missing last live stream. Okay, so I'm doing well. Thanks for asking, Malik. So yeah, I think we should, before we get into the topics that I discussed, let's actually show the EX of MK2, because I think that's actually really worth talking about. So here, let's actually, definitely don't want to remove that, but we'll just put a banner in post talking about this topic here. So first thing is going to be MK2's weapon. Let's actually go to the book. I think that's probably the best way to showcase it. But looking at footage of this character, I'm really not sold on this character being that great, unless you're just looking for a arena style character. It's just, oh yeah, our time zones must be crazy different. Where are you located? About MK2 though, I think the attack animation or attack speed is way too slow for this character to be really used in any kind of meaningful capacity from a raid sense. It just, the fire rate is surprisingly slow, and looking at some videos online, like I just saw one right before going live. I would have made it a topic, but I saw it too late, and it's just way too slow to actually, you know, realistically be used. And oh, okay, well I guess the only way to show it is going to be in the best arena team now. I think I definitely want to talk about that here in a sec, but I think there's two types of teams. I think there's the best range team, and then there's a best melee team. and at the moment, we're seeing a lot of arena. We're seeing, I think, probably a team of arena, Lilith, and I want to say it'd have to be another melee, but it can't be it can't be another basic, and it can't be another dark. So I'll have to kind of look at what people are running for the best melee team. But those two characters probably on it. Probably Future Princess is probably arena, Future Princess, Lilith for the melee team, and then a range team might be like Camille, Noxia, and then someone like maybe MK99 or maybe someone with crit. Hey, I see a lot of familiar faces. Sir Mysterious, what's up, man? How you doing? But I've been running a lot of Camille, and I think he's actually really awesome. Like he's as good as advertised, in my opinion. And so the other heroes we got on the banner, just to refresh, is going to be Arabelle, Lilith, and Beth, and then also the new hero in MK2. I'm starting to think, if you guys don't have Lilith and you guys are looking for a good arena style or a good dark hero for your dark team, I'm thinking Lilith is probably the best pickup on this banner at the moment, but I'll go in that in a separate part of it. But what I wanted to show here just really quick before we get into the topics of the day is this weapon here. And I can't really show it too much, but here, look how slow that attack animation is. Like, yes, that version of it is fantastic, but that grenade is not going to cut it. That's going to be good in like an arena sense, but not necessarily in a DPS. To be honest, on this one, I can't check it yet. I'm not high enough on my free-to-play. Definitely going to be working on the free-to-play, but I need to get to World 3, and then we can actually look into the meta report on this. That's why it's not a part of the topic. I'll definitely cover it tomorrow when I need to grind out some of this free-to-play, and then we'll be able to check it out. I don't think, if I had to guess, just without seeing it, I don't think she's going to be used. Just not good enough range, and any character that has bad range usually is just terrible in that environment. And we'll talk about that here in a bit. Merch tier list is definitely going to be the last topic of today's video, but let's get into the event freebies. This is the first topic of today's video here, and there's actually a lot of good stuff here when it comes to this guy. And first of all, I do want to say, you guys, make sure you log in. There's 500 just free gems. There's been this event going on where they've been giving free stamina. Then they've been giving out hammers. I want to say there was like 25 level hammers. There's been an event going on every single day. There's been something free. And today, part of that event, it's 500 gems. So be sure to claim that. You know, so if you guys are logging in, you won't miss out on that guy. Don't have to do anything extra there. There's not like a coupon code or anything associated with it. It's just a login reward. You think MK? No, I think MK99 is better. At this point, I think better. But we've had a lot more time with MK99 than we have with MK2, so it's tough to say. And then here is, and so to give you guys an idea, we're on the Korean server. If you guys play on NA2, this will be in 2 weeks. This is the Rift event that they do these periodically. If you guys are not familiar with how the events work, they do a lot of Rift events, and then they also do a lot of roadmaps. So we've had a lot of roadmaps in the past here recently, so it's about time we have another one of these Rift events. And what you do is you play, you get characters, and these are the characters that are going to give you the rate up to get more points, and then you play the Rift event throughout here to get those points, and then with those points you're gonna go up and get these rewards here. And these are very typical of the rewards, but there's a couple key points to always look at, where there's gonna be legendary level weapons here, and these are the ones I like to highlight because they change and they're usually pretty good. So this one, this Graviton Cannon, you know, it's decent, but not many people can really use that. A lot of times what you're going to be wanting is an accessory here. When it comes to this, if it's not going to be an EX weapon, ideally this would be a accessory. And in this time, they don't have an accessory in the beginning here. It's just a random weapon that you're probably not going to use. This EX is actually pretty good for Karina. It gives her 100% extra damage on and piercing. So this is gonna, if you're running a mono dark team, I think Karina is actually a really good healer. Not the best healer. It's gonna just be kind of passive healing, and especially if you go either Beth or Lilith, you're going to get some healing as well, or damage mitigation through the shield on Beth. So having just you don't need the best healer in the world to make a dark team work, so she actually kind of fits in well there. And then MK, see, Ramil, when it comes to that nerf, they put it under bug fixes. So they said that the level of the weapon is going down. I don't know if that's actually changing her damage. It just said that they're putting the level of it from 5 to 4. I wonder if she's actually getting a buff from weapon level 5, but I don't think so. But if someone can like has a Korean server, or when it's time on the NA server, I'll definitely test it and see if she has less damage. But because they put it in the bug fix section, I don't know if it's actually a nerf. Kind of not noticeable. Not much is kind of okay. So it's actually, if it's actually nerfed, that's unfortunate. But at the same time, she does so much that even slightly nerfed, I think she's still gonna be very good. And then let's go back to this though. So the big part here is going to be that EX. I think a lot of especially now as a free to play, realizing how hard it is to get these natural 2-star weapons. This is going to be a big deal. I might end up running her, but I'm going mono earth, so I'm probably not going to ever need this, but at the same time it's just nice to have. And eventually it might come around if I ever make a dark team in the future, then she's definitely going to have her EX here. So definitely always pick those up. And plus it's so early in this event that even if just casually playing it, you're going to pick this up super easily. Then the one that I really want to highlight though is this Ocean Earring. And you can get this from the story guaranteed, but Ocean Earring is one of the best legendary accessories to max limit break, because it becomes one of the highest, it becomes the highest healing outputs of an accessory in the entire game. And it's really worth highlighting just how good that accessory is, because a lot of people use it. It's great right when you get it, but then I use it constantly in the end game because of when you max limit break it. It's very unique in that sense. When max limit broken, you get extra healing. If we go to the accessory, and I've highlighted this in the past, if you guys have seen other videos talking about accessories, I just really like to bring this up in case you're new to the game or missed that video. We look here, this 10% extra heal. This is very unique when it comes to accessories. Most of the time when you max limit break something, you're just going to be getting extra HP. You look at, or extra defense. It's very rare to actually get a different type of stat, and Ocean Earring is one of the best ones at that, because you're naturally getting 18% healing, and then you're getting that extra 10%. So something that comes close to it is these specific ones for each element, and if you get a really lucky roll, you can get 20% healing, but Ocean Earring is the one that has 28%. And then a really popular accessory that people have been noticing how good it is, this one in Earth Necklace is 20% healing, so 28% still really good. And what people do is, there's a lot of hard content that needs really high healing throughput, and that's going to be your go-to accessory that even when it's not limit broken, still very good. And then eventually when you fully max limit break it, this is going to be great for you for pushing through that really hard content in Camazone or Orbital Lift. So amazing accessory, definitely pick that up. I think a lot of people doing those account takeovers don't realize what they have in their accessories and potentially could have wasted this, and this is going to be your opportunity to make sure you grab it and not lose it if you happen to have accidentally like randomly evolved it or something like that when you got it from the story. So that's the big highlight of this event. Just kind of going through the rest of it, very typical of these events. If you guys have ever seen one of these before, it's just going to be, what I always recommend is making sure you at least get to the point here where you get this hammer. This is really useful, 90,000 points. This is something that's totally easily reachable as a free-to-play player if you're just making sure you are playing every day, doing the Rift event, making sure your party has as much of the bonuses as possible. But depending on if you're doing any extra refreshes in a day, or if you're actually refreshing this event, you're probably going to go significantly farther. And you might want to actually consider going farther if you happen to pull MK2, because there's a lot of Evo stones. Let me see if there's more Evo stones past 90,000 for that particular character. But yeah, there's still good stuff here. The Legendary Awakening Stone, Option Change Stones. And then when it comes to events, these are going to be your times to pick these up. I've been even though I'm not a fan of Option Change Stones when it comes to how much they are. I've been appreciating just how impactful they are for your exclusive weapons, even though it takes a ton of them to actually do it. But if you really make sure you're getting good rolls on your exclusive weapons, it's going to go a long way in increasing your overall DPS. It makes a massive difference. Even like the difference of 10% skill damage or just a little bit of extra DPS when you roll it is a big deal. And so it goes a long way, even though I think they're massively overpriced. When you pick them up just through naturally playing the game through events, definitely don't sleep on them. They're actually really good. And hopefully you get lucky on them so you don't have to burn through a ton of them. And then, so I would say that, what do you guys think? I think this is a solid one. This is not like a crazy, amazing one, but it's still solid enough to where it's like, okay, definitely take a look at these events. Don't miss out on it. It's worth picking up. And then on the event missions, these, I think, I really like these ones. So ignore these ones. These are just through completing the story, but this is the actual specific event. When it comes to clearing the Rift event, if you're going for any amount of dark teams, you're going to get a ton of Evo stones here. So you get 30 on Lilith. You're going to get one of these boxes here for random amounts of Evo stones for dark characters only. Then you got more Lilith, because Lilith is the main character, I think, out of this banner, and being able to get a jump start on this is really good. And then they got a stamina thing, giving you awakening stones, giving more evolution stones for all these dark characters. All these characters are amazing, so whichever one you're pulling for, if you're going for any dark characters, this is going to give you a good boost in making sure they're 5-star as soon as possible. Yeah, completely agree, Alvin. Yeah, like they're totally worth. I just like highlighting on it and so people know exactly what to be excited for and don't waste out on those accessories and stuff like that. So, hey, Danny, I would recommend joining the Discord, and then you can get specific advice there. You can show screenshots and stuff like that. It's just too specific of a question for something like this. So, I think that covers this event. I think they're good freebies for this guy. Nothing game breaking or anything like that, but a solid one that's worth highlighting. So next topic I want to discuss is a hero review on Arena. So she came through recently. We have Camille currently. She was the previous banner, and I was pretty hyped about this character. And looking at this one, I was thinking she was going to be an amazing PvP character and solid in Coliseum and other parts of content. And looking at how she's performing now, let's go on the NA server and just kind of see where she's at currently. And I think she's absolutely taking over Arena. So just the whole point of this talk is I can clickbait and talk about a character before they're coming out and get people hyped, because there's a potential conflict of interest here, because people want to be excited about these characters. People want to see like, oh, this character is game breaking, or this is whatever. And I don't want this is a big deal when it comes to recommending these characters. If you're free to play or light spender, if you're going to take my advice, it's going to be a big deal in how much this potentially can affect your account. And I want to take that seriously. I want to, if I make a recommendation, I want to actually review it and see, was I right? Did I overhype this hero? Stuff like that. Like, have some accountability in, now that it's actually out here. And I want to say for Arena, I feel like I was pretty on point with this hero. I think it was pretty clear that this character was going to be a good Arena character and solid in other areas. And then we're looking at the meta here. She's taking over. She's definitely as good as advertised, in my opinion. And I just kind of want to highlight that and show that this character is actually really good if you happen to go for her. So then here, let's actually look at look at the top Arena here. We got Camille, Arena, and Noxia. This makes perfect sense in my opinion as a person that's been playing a lot of Camille. So I think talking about the meta here, actually, from my experience of playing Camille, he does really well in these tanky teams. I've been running Ogma, Future Princess, and Camille, and it's good, but it's lacking. He definitely benefits a lot from the extra tanky stats, like this double tank thing. Most of the time, it's been the meta's been one tank style party buff and then 2 damage style, like melee focused or ranged focus. Whereas now with Camille, he's so good, but he benefits from these tanky stats. But he's a 50% range buff. So if you're running Future Princess, you're losing out on the ranged benefit on your tank. So Future Princess is not getting any benefit there. So the synergy is lacking. But Noxia gives him the tanky stats and is a ranged character. So there's significantly more benefits there. And they have good typing here because he's kind of type neutral unless you run into one of these like pure fire teams. And then you have the good typing in Arena. She's going to counter all of the light characters. And then you have good typing in Noxia to cover people that end up countering Arena. So it's a very good team here. But Arena is a massive part of this team because you're getting a good party skill. She does super well into a very popular archetype in all the light characters. So I think she's an amazing character that if you went for, you're not going to regret investing in because she's just absolutely like the meta right now when it comes to Arena. And then Camille talking about characters that are going on currently and just kind of this vein of like evaluating characters I said to pull for. He is absolutely taking over as well. As you can see, all the top people using him. Like, look how popular this character is even you know, a few days into this week. Seeing this character this much at this point, like, you know, first day it's hard to tell, but the further we go into the week, and if you're still seeing this character being used, it's going to give you more of an idea of how good the character is. Like, just my experience playing the character, he seems very good. So I'm a big fan of him. One thing, just playing him, you can having his weapon skill is so good, but at the same time, you can just completely whiff because it's. I like that they made it to where it's only up down or left right, because if it can actually follow characters, he would be so busted. Like right now, he's so good. But at least there's some outplay potential with it to make him to where he's still very good, totally hard to play against, but at the same time, not completely oppressive to where he's just anti-fun. Oh, hell yeah. That's exactly where I would want to be on everyone's YouTube. Is like if you open YouTube, like the best place to be is in that top left corner. Boom, like here, first recommendation. That means like you're trending well in the algorithm and stuff. So that's good to see. So but yeah, like when it comes to Arena, at least from an Arena perspective, I think she has lived up to the hype. What I'm realizing though in Coliseum and Orbital Lift, Camazone, is that she's still good and she fills a solid role, but she is lacking in that department because of her lack of taunt. I think I undersold just how good a taunt is in that environment, and her not having it is a big deal in making, like I was noticing in Orbital Lift, like just putting in a character, like it doesn't matter, like similar type, but with a taunt makes a massive difference in actually how survivable your team is, how well you can lock in the enemies and hit them with a weapon skill. So yeah, I agree. Noxia is amazing as well. She's super good. So now that there's characters that are synergizing well with her, with Camille, and having the extra defense in Arena, has been making Noxia also really frustrating to play against too. So yeah, completely agree with that. Yeah, making a 5-star Noxia really makes her significantly better. That her passive is awesome. So that's one thing. A potential knock on Arena is that if you're looking for a character that's going to really push you or help you in this environment, in Coliseum or progression earlier, whether it be in Camazone or Orbital Lift, I think that's where she's still fine, but she's not amazing. You can't really use her in a leadership spot. She doesn't have that great of a weapon skill. It's not that big. Usually in these environments, you're going to want a really wide weapon skill. She doesn't have that. She doesn't have a taunt, so your backline's going to get targeted potentially, and she doesn't really group in those characters. So she's still good in those areas, and she has good typing, because one of the biggest things that that are as hard in these environments is going to be those night gunners. They're basic, and then they can really shred your Future Princess. And so her being basic at least and tanky is going to be able to help combat that, but at the same time, she's not the best there. So mainly she's an Arena specialist that you can splash into these other teams, and I think she's really good at those things. So what do you guys think so far? What is your experience of playing Arena? Do you think she's good as advertised? Do you think she got oversold? What are your guys' opinion there? But I don't know. I think I kind of beat this topic to death. I'm ready to move on. So here we go. We're going to the next thing. This is the thing that I'm probably most excited to talk about today, is going to be merch. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is, first of all, for merch, even as a person that's paying to play the game, merch is something that takes absolutely forever to farm. What's good, MTL? How are you doing? And this is something that I want to have out there so people know on what my opinions of each merch is. Here, let's actually go to the book, because this is something that if you don't spend money, you're going to be farming whatever merch you pick for a very long time. And I should back up here and talk about how merch works. And regardless of what, and so how it works is you're going to be farming it from world exploration, and you're going to pick one of these blueprints. And you just got to know through getting the blueprint. So the one I'm currently farming is small blueprint for Little Princess's figurine, and or Little Princess statue or whatever. So I'm doing this, and whichever blueprint you pick has a chance. Let's actually go here and put it in the merge forge. So now that I have this small blueprint, each blueprint has one potential unique merge to get, and this is something that you get guaranteed after 50 times. So to give you an idea of just how rare it is, that you potentially can go 50 times without getting one, but you're going to need multiple copies of these, because they're really only good when you get them at least 4-star, and then 5-star is going to be where they really shine. And that takes, so it takes 3 to get it 4-star, and then another 3 to get it 5-star. So 6 total to get it 5-star. So you're going to be really committing to this. And some of these you're going to want multiple copies at 5-star, and we'll get into that in a bit. So this is going to be something you're going to be farming for a very long time, but not knowing the right ones to get is going to be a big problem there. So the first thing is, so now that we get an idea of just like why this is important, which blueprints to go for, and I'm just going to kind of cycle through the ones. So for example, sample statue of bravery is thin blueprints. You have smiley face cushion is flat blueprints. A hold blueprint is this one right here. Probably not many people are actually going for, but you know, round blueprint, mouse right cushion, stuff like that. So now that we got an idea how that works, let's talk about the ones that are actually good. And certain ones are going to excel in certain game types, and some are going to be, you know, each game type is going to determine how good that merch is. It's not like a one-stop shop here. So what you're trying to focus on is going to matter here in which merch you should go for. So let's talk about these. The first ones I want to talk about are these DPS ones, and the sample statue of bravery and Invader Mothership replica. I would say these two are some of the best you can possibly get for all game modes. And what they do is they give you 20% extra damage, or 20% extra damage at 5-star when the HP is more than or equal to 40%. And then this one is attack increases by 20% with HP less than or equal to 60. This is some of the, you can't go wrong with both of these guys. They're going to be great in all forms of content. The one, and especially in raiding. These are the premium damage merch to go for if you're really trying to excel in boosting up that damage. And it's still going to be great in arena, great in Coliseum, being able to do extra damage here, because you're always going to face someone that's at least going to have, you know, 60% of their health. You're going to be doing 20% extra damage to, and then when you get them low, you'll be able to finish them off. And so this right here, it's rated better than any of these 2-star pieces. The second it becomes a 4-star piece, that's when it becomes better than all of these other ones that give you like earth type attack, or better than Mayriel's cushion here. So yeah, those are going to be the main two to get, in my opinion. If you're looking for just an overall good piece of merch, it's going to be focused on that. And it's a thin blueprint for these ones. And then to kind of show you guys what I've gone for, just so I'm not just talking and then I did something completely different. I went all in on that merch. So I got 3 5-star versions of it. So I've really focused on this merch a lot, and I stand by it. It makes a massive difference, and it's kind of frustrating because the main thing I use them for is raiding. And if I'm not playing at the right times, I'll be, you know, right now every boss is low. So I don't get any advantage of this. So I want to wait until the bosses are refreshed, and then I get the extra damage boost. So it's like I gotta wait until I can actually use them. But in all other game modes like Arena and Coliseum and stuff, I just throw them on because they're always useful. And I like the sample statue of bravery more than the Invader's replica, unless you're in my situation where you're always hitting when the boss is at less than 60%. Got lucky. Yeah, hell yeah. Well, hopefully you keep getting lucky and close those out. But I like the sample statue of bravery where they're more than 60%, because the way I look at it is if I'm using a character with it, and then if I happen to kill someone in an arena, they're going to start with more health, and then I might not finish them, but essentially the entire version of that map before I die, they're going to have, I'm going to be doing 20% damage the entire time, because most likely I'm not going to kill them. So you're going to be able to kill the person, then you're going to have that extra damage right when they spawn, and then you do the 20%, then your character, you maybe do like a little bit of damage then die, but you at least got that extra boost there. So that's why I like that one more. I just feel like there's more times in the game where you're going to be facing people with full health versus having less than full. Find a good guild. Discord is going to be your best way to find it. We have a way to find, there's guild recruitment on my Discord if you guys want to join there, and then there's on the official Discord. I believe that's how I did it, is I went on Discord and on the official Guardian Tales Discord, and then just tried to find a one through there. If I had to choose between those two, I'd probably go the old MK. I think old MK is better at this point, but yeah, well, time will tell. But at these early stages, I'm a bigger fan of the current MK, but they're kind of hard to compare. They're two massively different characters. So that's going to be for the first part of the merch here. Now let's actually talk about the second part here. Yeah, these are going to be more focused on the survivability aspects of merch versus just the pure damage. And the current new meta when it comes to merch, especially from a survivability standpoint, is going to be little princess figure. This is, if you look at the top people in arena, a lot of people are really starting to focus on this merch here, and it makes sense why, because damage reduction goes a long way in arena. It's going to make a massive difference, and decreased damage taken by, especially flat damage reduction like this. So decreased damage taken by 15% of increased skill damage. So then it's 15% of whatever skill damage you have currently on that character. And that's, a solid percentage there. Reduction is going to go, that's infinitely more useful than any amount of HP percentage or defense percentage, unless a realistic amount they're going to be getting. Also, this one too has 9% defense and 6% HP. That's a very good split when it comes to the stats you're getting from a survivability perspective, because the one that is comparable is the smiley face cushion. It's just 12% HP and then 15% shield increase on battle start. That's significantly less than a always on for the entirety of the encounter until your character dies, a flat decrease of or a percentage decrease of damage. So it makes perfect sense on why people are really prioritizing this, and some characters are going to have more skill damage than others and going to be able to take advantage of this more. So I think this is a great way if you're looking for survivability. This is going to go on your, essentially any character you're going to be using in arena. It's going to go on your tanks if you're going to be using it in Coliseum, or orbital lift Camazone. This is a great way to boost that. I think the damage ones are a higher priority or a better bang for your buck, but if you really like arena, for example, I would focus on that. And then just to kind of show you guys what people are using, if people haven't pulled off their accessories, we can go in arena and see what people are using. And if you guys are not familiar with this, this is a good tip to kind of get an idea of what people at the top are using here that have unlimited money. You can just go in, and a lot of people pull it because they don't want to show it, but you can go in here and see, like, for example, people are using a completely maxed out little princess figure, and then over here another fully maxed out little princess figure. This has been the new thing. This is the new accessory, earth necklace people are really focusing on, and then also little princess figure. And makes sense, it's gonna be a ton here. If we look at, so 15% of the extra 28% skill damage, so that's a pretty solid reduction there, and then also the 9% defense and 6% HP, so it's gonna make that character significantly tankier. And yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it. Hell, it's S tier statue, Mothership, and princess. That's probably gonna be like the top of this list, and then we can go on and talk about some of the more niche ones here in a second. But that's what this person's using. We look at this person, you know, they're also using it as well. Like every single, they have 3 max ones. So like the top 2 people are using that. And then here, let's look at this person. So she's using the little simple statue of bravery, and we got little princess figure. They're getting that up. It's like an arms race where everyone's leveling up their statue. I think people figured out that that's the way to go. And yeah, we got another person using it, so you can see it. And then here we got the Invader Mothership replica. So the 2 merch that I talked about so far is what you're seeing in the top people, unlimited money people. So that would be like the S tier meta here. Oh yeah, so that's going to be it for the S tier category when it comes to merch. Now let's talk about some of the other niche ones. I would say from the survivability, the tier below is going to be that smiley face figure one. Where is it in the book? So I'd say this is kind of like A tier level in survivability, because essentially these are broken down into increasing your damage or increasing your survivability. This is going to be, you know, just pure survivability here. I've been liking this one. It's still not as good as Little Princess figure, but I think it's still solid. That 15% shield increase on battle start. So if you're playing content that has multiple instances of battle, you're going to get this shield refreshed for you, which is actually pretty nice. And then 12% HP is great there. So I like it. It's a very simple item, not as good as this one. So if you're going to prioritize a survivability one, definitely go with Little Princess figure, but I still think it's very good. And then the next damage one, well, so let's actually talk about like an F tier one. Just in my opinion, I really don't think this is a good one here. In Mysterious Vending Machine Coin Bank, try to avoid this one at all costs. It's not a good one in my opinion, because it's it does have good stats in the sense that it's 12% attack and 9% heal, but on hit heals all allies by 25% of heal, activates only once every 5 seconds. And I think that's where it really goes, you know, as a really bad merch in my opinion, where it's on hit, heals allies by 25% of heal, but it's only once every 5 seconds. I think something like this would need to be way more often if this is actually going to be useful in my opinion. So that's why I would avoid this one. And now that we actually have a pity timer here, it's going to impact you on how you actually do your forge. Because if you have one that gives you this and you're close to pity, make sure you just don't even roll it. Like hold blueprint, I would just save it, and then once you finally get the merch you're looking for, then you can be like, oh, okay, I can put this one in, because odds are you're not going to pull it, and you can at least go closer to your pity for something else. And if you happen to pull it, cool, and you get the collection bonus on there, but make sure you're not close to pity when you're starting to roll this merch if you get it through an event randomly, or just happen to accidentally have it for whatever reason. So in my situation, I think my pity is, I'm like halfway there, so I'm definitely going to be just holding this until I pull a Little Princess figure. Then I'll put this in and go further on in the pity. So here we go. We got let's actually do this. So this is the one I'm going for now, because I'm trying to, you know, hop on that Little Princess figure train with apparently what everyone's doing in arena now. It'd probably make a big difference. Do I have mileage tickets? Yeah, good morning, Vu. How are you doing? Do I have mileage? I do. I'm currently at. It was very expensive to get Camille, but at least I was able to save the mileage, and so I'm close on mileage for the next year. When I go for MK2, I'll at least be able to mileage the weapon. I am currently in Alaska. So it's pretty early for me. What team are you building? Currently, I'm just trying to shore up my... I'll talk about that here after, but mainly it's just a whole bunch of tanky heroes. I've been lacking on that. I've been going full on damage. But here, that's actually kind of a good topic. I'll definitely talk about that here after the merch. But there's a few more merch I want to talk about that probably are worth highlighting. And I keep going to inventory when I want to go to the book. And... we got the survivability, we got the damage, we have... now there's niche forms of damage here that I think are okay. And those are going to be Ogma, I would say these are like C tier, maybe B tier versions of this. We have Ogma's plastic model, we have Ice Witch, and then Ogma's plastic model is actually kind of different. So this one is 24% damage to tanker heroes. So if it ever gets to the point in the game where tanker heroes are really dominating the meta, then this would be something actually very good, because something like Arena, or I believe Future Princess is a tanker, and you just get a flat 24% extra damage here for the entirety of the encounter, and you're getting 9% attack and 6% HP. So this is going to be great in that scenario. So this is something that if you want, like Coliseum, if you put this on a damage dealer in Coliseum, you're essentially guaranteeing that they're going to get 24% extra damage on that front line. And having that extra damage on the front line, because the game is decided on who kills the tank first, essentially, unless you're running something like Sohi where you get to the back line. For the most part, it's everything gets in the middle. It's about how quickly you kill those tanks. So this is something that would be significantly higher rated in a situation where you can guarantee you're getting that extra damage, which would be that. But you get so much more bang for your buck on these extra damage ones. You get 20% extra damage from 100% down to 40%, and you get to use it in so many more game modes. Whereas this one is, yes, more damage, but only it's too specific in my opinion. If it was easier to get merch, if it was a lot easier to get this, then sure, it would be nice to prioritize this for Coliseum, and then you'd prioritize this for something else. But it's just, the cost benefit is just not there unless you have literally unlimited money to be able to just spam these packs. But this is going to be something that you're going to want to get multiple versions of these 5-star first. You're going to want multiple versions of these 5-star first, and then you can maybe min-max here a little bit with this Ogma plastic model. So that's why I think it's a tier below. I think these other ones are significantly more valuable, but it does have its place if you happen to pull it just through going through merch before actually targeting the right ones here. Then Ice Witch t-shirts and Nari's cushion are very similar, where on hit extra range damage of 25% of DPS once every 2 seconds. So this is something that I think they should do for this. You know, on hit 25% of heal once every 2 seconds, and this would actually be kind of interesting as a pure, you know, healing merch item. But since it's 5, it's just kind of worthless. These once every 2 seconds, I think these are kind of cool. I was talking about the captain about merch a long time ago, and he was liking these ones in like for co-op, these on hit extra melee damage. I've seen these used before, but just these other ones, these flat damage ones, are not type specific and they do more damage. So that's why a lot of people don't really use these ones here. And then I believe from people's spreadsheets that even something like Mayriel's cushion does more damage, especially when you have it fully maxed out with the 12% attack. That it's a really hard sell to target these, you know, Ice Witch t-shirts or Mayriel cushion. And I was seeing people with Arena use this in like max out versions of these on Arena, and maybe that's actually pretty good. But I think what people are doing, they're realizing that the survivability of Little Princess figure is just a little better, so that's why they're going with this. So that's pretty much it when it comes to the merch tier list. It's mainly the S tier ones are going to be these two here, the Invader Mothership Replica and Sample Statue of Bravery and Little Princess figure. And then we got, I would say, tier below is going to be Smiley Face Cushion. Then a tier below that is going to be the Ice Witch t-shirts and Mouse Nari Cushion and Ogma Plastic Model. And then the complete F tier is going to be Mysterious Vending Machine Coin Bank. So that's my tier list for merch here. That's going to kind of close that out. Do you guys have any questions or any other comments you want to make about merch before I move on to what I am currently farming? Okay, so I think I'm going to move on to next topic here. But that's pretty much it for the main show. And then a comment. Someone made a comment talking about what I'm farming currently, and I thought that would be kind of a good thing to talk about, just what I'm currently doing. What I ended up doing recently, I mainly focusing on Arena, getting her up because I think she's awesome. Then I just finished 5-starring. After her, I finished 5-starring Noxia. So these are the two heroes I'm mainly focusing on. I usually focus on damage, but this is one of the first times where I just have you know, pretty much all the teams I want for the raid. I have the it's froze on me. Okay, well, let me log back in really quick. I believe so. I think pretty much everyone's using Captain Shield, which makes sense. You know, her weapon skill, especially in an arena perspective, is very good, and you can put someone in an ailment state pretty easily. It seems pretty easy to hit, so just doing that as soon as possible. $100 package. I think it's not like super great value, but it's okay. Like if you're, you know, totally for, if $100 isn't just completely, there's a lot of packs in my opinion that would be better than this, but at the same time it's not a terrible deal. If this pack existed when I was pulling for Camille, for example, the packs they had prior are way worse value than this, but it's still hard to ever recommend $100, you know. And I think they've done $100 packs in the past that were better than this, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. It's been a while since they've had a $100 special like this, but 100 of these controllers and then 10k of the gems, like that's way better than the evaluation I was getting on like $30 for 6,000 gems, you know. We have an infographic on my Discord about each time, like, so you can know when something's gonna happen, so you kind of get an idea when you see these timers here. When you're doing a lot of merch, you'll kind of get an idea, like, oh, 24 minutes is you have a chance to get sample set your bravery, or 6 hours you have a chance to get little princess figure, for example. I'm praying to RNG Jesus for you. Hopefully you'll get that earth necklace. You know, maybe someday. Yeah, Satan. I mean, maybe I'll have to do a video on Bob. You mean, but clearly the best hero in the game. You know, he's a problem. I think that, you know, people just know that he would make the game unfun, so that's why people don't play him. Yeah, essentially, earth necklace is crazy, and I'm starting to appreciate just how lucky I've gotten getting 3 of them, which is just absurd. And I'm glad I realized it early, because I almost considered crushing them in to like max limit break it, but no, I'm just keeping the 3. Yeah, I came real close to making a massive mistake here, but you got 3 right here. I'm so glad I didn't do that. I was like, oh yeah, I mean, it's really good. I should just max limit break it. I keep pulling these. But no, if anything, I'll just get the hammers. Yeah, it's stupid good. But I figured I'd just kind of close out the stream. You know, I gotta get going here in a bit. But to close out the stream, I wanted to talk about what I was farming, and this is gonna be the main character I'm gonna max limit break first, and then next is going to be Noxia here, because I think Camille is here to stay, but the characters that work well with Camille, like the characters I have up for arena, just don't work with him well, because he is a ranged character. This 50% ranged is essentially getting wasted when I'm using Future Princess, and Ogma is also wasting it as well. I'm not the biggest fan of him in arena, even though he's amazing in other game modes. He's just not really cutting it in arena there. So that's I want to get the maximum out of Camille, and how to do that is going to be through these tanks here. And then also it just makes doing other content a little easier. I want to be able to push through, you know, higher end orbital lift and Camazone, and having the other elements makes that easier. And to everyone looking for Earth Necklace, hopefully you guys get it. It sucks how rare it is. It's like you gotta, you know, white box on a banner, and then it's, you know, assuming if you're ever pulling, you're probably pulling for an EX weapon, and so 50% of the time you're gonna get, you know, get something completely different. It's so astronomical on how hard it is to get. Like, I hope for something like this, it's such a weird outlier in all the accessories. What I would like for them to do is some kind of like fragment farming event for a particular one, or they make it something that you have to farm an absolute ton of a, like, you know, make it something where you need like 2,000 or like 2,400 battle medals or something like that. So people at least have hope that they can get it. Because at the moment it's just it's by far the rarest thing. And then also something that's equally as rare randomly, that is nowhere close to as good, is the is this. Let me just show it. It makes no sense. This Ice Queen ring is equally as rare. It's random, and it, for some reason, it's the one accessory also that is water type specific, and it's complete trash comparatively. It makes no damn sense to me. Whereas this Earth ring literally has Earth in it, doesn't have any specific thing to the Earth element at all, and then it's just such a massive thing here in the defense decrease. If anything, I guess people could farm this, and you can try to roll for the defense decrease by 100% negated, but good luck with that. It'd take literally 1 billion option change stones to ever get something close to it. Whereas Earth ring, Earth necklace, it's better stat wise, and you get the it's just the defense decrease negated, so you can actually roll it better, and it's not on the sub option, so it's so much better. Rarest thing in Guardian Tales, these two right here, Earth necklace and Ice Queen ring, two of the rarest things you could possibly get in the game. They're pure gacha, and there's no other way to focus them at all. Makes no damn sense why these are the two things that they decided to make absolutely the most rarest thing in the game. All these other things are farmable. Like, all these other accessories are, you can, these two are going to be in the arena shop. These are all Mirror Rift accessories going forward. So it's two ones in the arena shop, and then all Mirror Rift accessories, and then two accessories that are just pure gacha. And for people that are not familiar, why Earth necklace is so good, like why this defense decrease 100% negated is so good, is because it also negates, let me just show you guys a character. Like, let's say you're facing a Beth, to give you an example. Let me find my Beth. So she has our right on here, decreases dark type resistance by 20% for 3 seconds. So not only does it negate defense, it negates stuff like this. So dark type resistance by 20% for 3 seconds. So it's gonna completely negate that. So if you're facing a Beth, you won't ever have to worry about 20% of your resistance getting negated or getting removed. And like a Gabriel, does the same thing here, where immediately reduces life type resistance, doesn't do any of that, it completely ignores that. Something like a Nari, Nari reduces defense, it's gonna negate that as well. So it's absolutely like a major game changer, and there's a reason why everyone in the top has 3 of them on every character. Getting something free. Yeah, we talked about the Rift event in the beginning of the video. If you missed it, you can totally catch the VOD of this. I'll make this live here after I go offline. And then I guess the last thing I was going to talk about is just like, so reason why I was going for tanky characters is because on the raid teams, here's the best raid teams currently, and I have the Earth team, I've had the Dark team for a while, and then mainly what I'm doing is going to be doing the light team for this one. I'm going to be using Nari. That second light team is what I'm going to be using for Sandy, versus using Nari on the water team. But I might end up just doing that, depending on what people focus, because a lot of people don't like hitting Sandy, so probably Sandy's going to be up more often than Goblin Chief, so I'll probably just be using the light team there. But Goblin Chief is something that a lot of people like to focus because you could get crazy numbers on it, and it's significantly easier than Sandy. Sandy has a kind of weird mechanics, she moves around, so it's a little harder to get big numbers on her. Do I need 99 on the... you would need... Ideally, you'd want 100, but 99 is totally fine. So you reduce it 99% of the 20% reduction. So it's essentially 100, you know, you're barely going to notice it. But that's mainly it for this stream. Is there, you guys have any questions before I go? Next few streams are going to be probably going to be like orbital lift stream / free to play. I was going to do free to play today, but I think there was some better topics to talk about before we go into just a gameplay stream. Favorite range, long, short, or mid? Hey, Nick. What's good, man? How you doing? So, oh yeah, hey, email away. Or you can just hit me up on Discord. Yeah, yeah, that's right, Satan. You know what's up. Smash that like button before I bounce. Good without a weapon? Yeah. I would say she's still good without a weapon. You know, ideally, she has one of the best weapon skills in the game, so ideally, you'd want her weapon. But if you don't, still definitely like max her and use her until you get it. And then what I would recommend if you're going to be doing that is just go into the shop here, and you could just buy the weapon in the meantime, which is this one right here, Authority of Light Staff. So you can just buy that, and then that will be your tide over until you actually get her weapon. Oh yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I see the likes. They're pouring in. Likes are pouring in. So I got about, before I bounce, I got about 20 minutes. So I figure I could do about 20 minutes of Camazone here. We got the new round just started. And so what's happening here is, what got banned this time? So it's basic and fire got banned. Let's see how far we can get in 20 minutes. This is probably one of my least favorite ones. Oh, no. At the start of battle, receive damage 20% of max HP. Yeah, that's pretty bad. To combat this, we can be doing is, if we find that the highest rate, the 50% shield one, that one usually goes a long way in beating that. But, you know, right off the rip, getting that is kind of a bummer. Better than the epic staff you get. The Authority of Light Staff. Better than the epic staff you get from the T10 Rangers. I'm kind of curious on which staff you get. Yeah, let me take a look at the staffs. I'm curious because I like to have a good recommendation for a alternative weapon, and if it's something that's guaranteed in the game to get instead of paying 2 million gold, I'm definitely gonna want to check that out. I think it's a story weapon. Is it a natural unique one, or is it a legendary? Let me see. What's it? Do you know the name of it? Blue and golden. This one right here? Well, there's Frost Eye. It's an epic. Oh. This, I believe it's this one, right? So this one right here. So I believe it's this you get from the story, right? Yes, okay. On the same page here. So when it is 5-star, you get only 3% skill damage, 5% HP, 4% defense, and 10% weapon skill regen speed. Whereas over here, like, look at the difference. You're getting 20% weapon skill regen speed, 20% skill damage, 15% HP, 15% defense. It's like massively better. So I would say that that's a good 2 million gold spent. And then another thing too about these weapons is when you're option change stoning them, when it's not an exclusive, so like let's say you go here to this exclusive here and you want to option change this, it takes like a massive amount to completely change it or whatever. Whereas if we go back to Future Princess here, and if I wanted to switch to another one of these weapons here, like let's say I want to put this on, like locking it is easy. It's only one, you know, assuming you got a bad roll and you need to actually roll it again, which, you know, odds are you will, but this is so much more accessible to get a really good roll. So not only is it, you know, so even if you're comparing this to the EX, not that other one that you get from the story. So I think just, it's a no-brainer. This is massively better. But when comparing to the EX, most of the time you're not going to have a perfect roll on an EX unless you spend a lot of option change stones. But in the beginning, you can get a really good or almost max roll here, even though, yes, it's not nearly as good as a weapon. So if we go into, like, let's say we go into the guild, and I'll just show you what the weapon skill is. It's nowhere near as good as her actual EX, but it's so hard to get an EX comparatively, especially if you're not on banner. So you still get the benefit of her really good attack animation, but you get that versus her normal EX weapon skill. So that's gonna be the big drawback there. So when you're in the beginning of the game, just kind of going through story, you're not going to be really that competitive in Coliseum anyway, so who cares? You're not going to be really that competitive in Arena anyway, so who cares? But you're going to be able to actually clear the story with a really good character. Hey, what's good, Roman? I'm glad you can make it. Glad you stopped by. Yeah, definitely streaming a little early here, so don't blame me if you miss it, but you know, that's why I put these VODs up, so you guys, you know, if you happen to miss out, you can definitely take advantage. But yeah, so I'm glad we talked about that, because I think that for a lot of new players, that's a really good breakdown on Future Princess is so popular, but at the same time, a lot of people don't have the EX and they feel discouraged, or they don't even want to bother with the character because they don't have the EX, whereas Future Princess is too good of a character to pass up on, even if you don't have it. So let's actually run this. Got about 18 minutes here. Let's see how far we can get. I'm figuring since we can actually use dark heroes now, I'm thinking we're gonna be able to actually progress pretty far. Not having dark is such a bummer in this game mode.
Your friendly neighborhood android. When it feels like it.
I'll just do Maya. I can. Oh, fire's banned. Okay, so I'll do Eleanor then.
How annoying. Can't we make it go away with money?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough without those guys. No healer or that. MTL, which heroes? What's your main? Out of curiosity.
Thank you.
Good.
We got airborne. Oh, that's a bummer. We have like no chain here. Here, I'm just gonna use Gabriel. As much as I want to use Camille. Quick Camille build. You know, just probably some earth necklace is ideal, but just something kind of tanky. for his accessory, and then just damage for everything else, like attack damage. She need her reacts? I want to say she does. I think it makes a big difference in her healing. That's a bummer. Do I have all 3 EX for the I currently have Camille, Arena, and for healer. I do have all 3 EX for 3. Oh, nice. Well, I think you have good characters to be able to beat that stage. So it's not. So, do you have at least your Camille max limit broken? It's probably not an issue of characters. It's just you're not tanky enough. Probably it's like you just need to get them maxed or at least 5-star, and then you'll be able to do it. Yeah. Eugene's one of the funnest characters to play. It's a bummer that she's I think she needs to get like the treatment that Arabelle keeps getting, or Rue got, with a few more buffs, and then hopefully she'll be good again, because she really fell down. And then when you see a character like MK2 come out, it feels like she's like really bad comparatively. Yeah, and then to the strategy, like each room has a particular strategy too, for it. Thinking about it, I wonder how good Camille would be for that room, because usually what people do is they'll brute force it with like a healer plus future princess, or they'll use one of those team attacks, and Camille doesn't really have that. Like the team wouldn't have that. Best way to evolve them. For free-to-play players, like what I'm probably gonna be doing is you're gonna be going through the story, getting a ton of those soul stones, or what are they? Forget the name of them. You're gonna be getting so many of these. Let me find the mileage shop. No. Hero growth. Oh, star pieces. You're going to be getting so many of these star pieces that I think just spamming the star pieces purely on getting these Evo boxes, hopefully you'll at least get the hero you're maining. But this used to be something that wasn't realistic at all, because there was only 2 of them. Whereas nowadays, I think you can get a lot of progress just through the star pieces alone. Then, yes, you're going to want to hit the Evo thing eventually. But if there's any character you might want to consider using hero crystals for, it's going to be that first character to 5-star. But at the same time, probably nowadays not worth it, because it's just so much easier to get it. You just got to eat the Evo grind. Not really noticed it. Yeah, I wanted to say they said it was just a bug fix. Oh, I just realized that I'm using that weapon. Like look at, like in this kind of environment, like that weapon is rough. Like, you know, the versus her normal EX. Like I believe you lose the healing. Yeah, you lose a lot, but it's still worth it. I still recommend it. Yeah, thank you, Spark. Oh damn that! I was taking like a lot of damage. This is only round 1. Jesus. All right, well, we pulled through. I'm out, yeah. I was like, what is going on here? Okay, I think this will be a big deal. Okay, I like it when they reduce the attack. I don't mind it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit these ones here, and then also if we end up failing on this one, it's fine because we'll be able to get some extra benefits too. So I had an idea. I figured I would just share with you guys. Well, what I want to do is have a bounty where, like, if whoever plays me in arena and beats me, like, if they send me proof, I'll send them a gift card. Like, I think that'd be kind of a fun little, like, oh, you happen to beat me, which, you know, happens a lot, pretty often in arena. There's a character that I have been appreciating more and more. It's definitely Eleanor. Eleanor's been a great pickup. If you guys had a light team and actually picked her up, what are your guys' thoughts on her? Because I thought she was gonna be solid. I thought she was gonna be good, but like, I've been using her a ton. Like, actually using her over MK99 in some situations just because she provides so much healing. The benefit, Satan, in the higher ranks is you get more points for it. So like if you don't do the higher ranks, you're not getting all of the rewards every reset period. She doesn't. Eleanor? I don't think she would need it. I need to read the specific thing she gains from her weapon skill really quick. Legitimately completely forgot what it is. Here, let me look. I have no idea. I would say so. It's just she's providing so much for the team. You know, like, Maya's the best healer, so for her to not be as good of a healer as Maya is no knock on Eleanor, because Maya's the best healer. So, but at the same time, she provides enough healing, in my opinion, and she's giving a lot more to the light team with damage and her own survivability. So increases damage on hit, marks enemies with musical note, damage. But yeah, you don't need her EX weapon at all for this, and I think she's still going to be a very good hero. You know, yes, she's not going to be as good, but you're still going to be able to heal just as much, stuff like that. So I think she's still really good without it. I would need to look if there's a light basket that's comparable, but looking at it, I'm not seeing. Oh, there's this. You throw shining jewel basket on her and potentially just be just as good, you know, for most things. You obviously you're gonna want the EX, but I don't think she's EX dependent. Are you gonna? Yeah, I upload them all. I just put them on the channel, so you'll be able to just watch the full thing, and then I'll break it down into clips as well. That's what I did last stream. Like, I think I'm gonna do that more often. It makes it to where I can stream and do videos. So I've been liking doing that. Never picked it. Okay. You know what? We're gonna do 50 Shades of Play. Oh, okay. I don't want that. Yeah, let's actually buy something here before this. It's so bad right before. a match. Do we buy this HP? Let's just take the guaranteed. I think we want this. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think she definitely needs to be 5-star. Like, her EX is not necessarily necessary, but I think she needs to be 5-star. Oh yeah, she absolutely needs to be 5-star. The whole point of her is her when she hits 5-star. Like, her passive's amazing. Okay, I think we got enough survivability here. We can keep pushing through. Hopefully we can get some actual rest stops to get the extra HP. It's going to go a long way in being tanky enough for this. I think our issue potentially could be just doing enough damage. But we don't have to worry about ranged immunity. We have that. We have the ranged immunity benefit. So we're good there. Ooh. We'll grab this as well. I think this is not necessary. That's something good if you're running Noxia, because her pet counts as an ally. But okay, we get the extra damage here. I'm really trying to pull the that shield thing. I didn't check if maybe they removed it out of the rotation, but I want to say I saw it. Or if a person's focusing on main story. I think if you're focusing on main story, just whatever you pulled is going to be the main thing. You don't need a specific type of element to beat the story. I mean, for World 11, it definitely helps to not be basic. If your main team is all basic, it's going to be rough. But you don't need to focus on the element to make sure you beat the story. You just need to focus on getting your characters as strong as they can be. Then the story should be totally doable regardless of who you have. Thank you, King. I appreciate it. And then here we're going to be benefiting from healing. And then also we get that extra 20% HP, I believe, from these guys. Yeah, so we got total increase 20%. Nice. Those things are pretty sweet. Hopefully we don't get like a ton of curses or something. Starts live streaming. She forces you the adventure. Who visited Camazone and interview. Get a grip. Hundreds of thousands of people watching you right now. Yeah, it's kind of like me IRL, Kappa. Here, we'll dance. You know, okay, so we get this 3%. Oh, we're taking a lot of damage on max HP every round, which is a bummer. Is there anything worth buying here? I guess not. We get another. Here, let's actually. Trying to think. Do you need to rest to get the 20% HP? I believe you need a rest, right? So here, I'm just gonna rest. Just to guarantee it, even though I'm gonna check it though. Yeah, okay, so we got the 40% each time visiting a shelter. Okay, you just need to hit it. So I could have removed the curse, but I was worried I was gonna miss out on that. Because 80% HP is just, or 40% in that particular situation I didn't want to miss out on. So I would like to think we're tanky enough to be able to easily survive this. But we're taking some damage. Yeah, they do. Essentially, like, it gets to the point in the game where it's like you just can't eat anything. When I was doing it on my channel, I wanted to get an idea of how hard it was before all the nerfs, and having a character that can interrupt off like one auto makes such a big difference. There's certain characters that just don't interrupt those characters even if you're hitting them. It makes it so much harder. Here it is. Here's that shield. We found him. I think normally I like to we'll remove this one. No. We're getting, oh, we have this. Okay, we'll remove this. Okay, I almost made a mistake there. Is it just to make life harder? What's the question? What's the point of the curses shop? Well, oh, you would buy it because there's certain benefits, like King's saying, some artifacts gain bonuses for curses, Yeah, so there's that, and then there's also benefits where you gain damage because of your curses as well. So it's like you're trying to min-max between you get a curse, but it's like, okay, I'll take like reduced skill damage, but I gain 70% attack, so it totally balances out. It makes it worth it. But here we're gonna hit this rest shop. Top of the morning to you, Johan. Best way to get hero stones. One of my most popular videos explains that. If you want to check it out, here I'll link it. Sort by. It is my 4th most popular video, so it's a good question. A lot of people ask it. But here, let me link it for you. Yes, penance benefit. Yep. So I think I'm gonna do this floor, and then I'm gonna bounce, and then we'll finish this run here on the next stream. I'm thinking next stream. Hopefully there'll be some topics to discuss before getting into the actual gameplay, but I'm thinking we need to hit the free to play. We've been slacking on the free to play. I want to have a good free to play stream, and get some progress there, and then also we'll finish this Camazone run. And then hopefully we'll get some information on when the 50 summons are coming through. I think that'd be a nice benefit too. Got rid of that guy, and then we have enough to actually buy something here. Do I want to buy the ranged? I'm thinking we're getting a lot of extra HP, but we've been almost dying, so I think we're good. Do I have another curse? Artifact menu. I don't. Okay, so we're fine there. Use it with 5 million toughness. Let's go. Summon. If you have Camille, I think his weapon is very good. It's almost necessary, because especially if you're using him in the main slot for progression and stuff, because you only can hit one person versus he can hit 3 people when you have his EX. It makes a massive difference in how good he is for progression, like just in general. And he immediately applies his ranged decrease, so he's very EX reliant to really maximize him. I think you'd be losing a lot if you don't get it, but you're free to play, so it's like if you might miss out. It's really tough to get. If you have mileage for it, I would just mileage it. Last Claudia, I've never heard of it. I think are we getting to the point where survivability is fine, but we're missing damage? At 50 seconds, I think we should be okay. This guy's not budge. I don't know. Might have to switch to MK99. I think it's gonna be real close. I don't think we do it. Yeah. Lacking the damage. I'm thinking we put in MK99 for. I think we keep Gabriel and just put in MK99. Maybe we need to keep Eleanor. I'm not sure, but I guess we'll find out here in a second.
Friendly neighborhood android. When it feels like it, Mark 99 is here. I can maximize my power output now. I can maximize my power output now. I can maximize my power output now.
Okay, I think that we can do it here. Let me look at the chain. We'll go like that. Like, oops, like that. That looks better. Even though we don't get Ogmas. So ideally Noxia would be in here, but I don't think she's ready. I only got her 5-star and not even fully awakened, so she's going to be on the bench for a little bit longer. Yeah, I agree. Well, they keep doing like, they'll be like, oh hey, we got new content, and it's like a completely different game. I just want to play Exos Heroes, but I also feel like they have a hard time. I don't know. Maybe things are different. I haven't played Exos in a while. I really see. Look at the difference that Eleanor makes just on the healing there. Actually really impactful. So let's throw her back in. I still think I need Ogma. I don't think I survive without Ogma, but I will try her without Gabriel and
How annoying.
see how good she is. We'll definitely do that
Thank you.
and go from there. I think maybe I need to move MK99 back. I have her right here for some reason. Okay, we hit like everyone, so this should be good. And then if you look at the healing, her healing is fantastic. Yeah, one of those games. Oh shit, we actually died. Okay, so here, let's actually try to move this to where we're at least hitting the Hecate in the back. We'll do something like this. It was good, Ken. How you doing? Okay, I like that. Her targeting Ogma is exactly what we want. Oh, and corralling him in. So I think this should be a W. Okay, we got her. That's the damage there. Now we just got to do enough damage to this guy. I don't know why the hell he's so tanky. We have no ranged, what is it, like, no ranged reduction or whatever. Like, we ignore any immunity there. Oh wow, we are still lacking the damage. He doesn't like intentionally do that. I think it's just he's targeting like I believe it's like closest non-targetable, so it's like it's gonna ignore that front line and then go for the closest backliner, and if there's no taunt, so he just gets to go back there. I believe that's how his AI works, but I'm not sure. But see what I can do here, because he's the problem. This buff right here, I wonder what that buff is. It's like a big damage reduction, just a flat damage reduction, it feels like. It's light, and basic is banned. How can I do more damage? The only thing I can think of potentially is getting rid of Ogma. Let's try getting rid of Ogma and going triple light. I don't know if this works out. I think I just die, but I'll give it a shot. I'll give this a couple attempts and then I gotta bounce. Okay. Straight up melted. But we need some healing. Don't die. All right, we'll take the win. We'll take the win on that. We'll hopefully be able to survive without a future princess up into a way to revive her. But we'll take that. And I think. So with that, guys, I think I'm going to be ending the stream here. Really appreciate you guys for stopping by. I know I've been live streaming a lot, so I appreciate you guys still coming through, even and not on like an event day or whatever. It's really encouraging to see all you guys come through here. It's really cool. See if there's any questions before I go. Same voice as Morty. I don't know about that, man. I think. What version of Rick and Morty are you watching? Should I change anything? My team is future FP as main. Beach, Sohi, Satilla, Camille. I also have Gabriel, Arena. I only have the EX weapons for Future Princess, Idle Eve. So what I would do is I think you should do Future Princess, Arena, Idle Eve, and Scintilla. And focus on you gotta triple down on like the melee damage you got going on, because those you want to focus on the characters that have your EXs. Arena is probably the best character that excels without the EX. The other characters you have are good, but they're all EX reliant, so I think that would be your best comp. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. See you, King. Thanks for coming through. But also the season finale of, I'm not gonna, no spoilers, but I thought that was a pretty good episode. Season overall wasn't great, but it was good, and then they closed it out well. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm not seeing any other questions here. I think we're good here, and I guess I will see you guys in the next stream. Hopefully it's soon. I'm really trying to work out on what I'm gonna do consistently. I've just been up early a lot, so I've been ready to go, but I don't know if this is like consistently what I want to do. But this was a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day. See ya.